Blackthorn Ridge wasn't just a forest. It was a wound in the world, a place where the Pacific Northwest's endless pines twisted into something wrong. Locals in the nearby town of Ash Hollow spoke of it in hushed tones, sharing tales of cats with eyes that burned like embers and dogs that moved with a purpose no animal should have. The stories weren't just folklore. People went missing there, their pets found days later, staring at nothing with glowing eyes. Ethan Carter, a 23-year-old vlogger chasing YouTube fame, saw Blackthorn as his ticket to viral glory. Haunted forest, creepy cats and dogs were hitting 1 million views. Easy, he told his friends, Sarah, Mia, and Jake, as they packed their camping gear into a beat-up van. Sarah, a biology major with a sharp tongue, rolled her eyes. "It's just a forest, Ethan. Animals don't haunt people. You're buying into old wives' tales." "Then why's Rusty acting like that?" Mia asked, kneeling beside her scrappy terrier. Rusty, usually a ball of energy, sat rigid, his fur bristling as he stared at the horizon where Blackthorn loomed. Mia's cat, Shadow, wasn't any better. From her carrier, the sleek black feline hissed, her green eyes wide with something that looked too much like fear. Jake, the group's survivalist, checked the blade of his hunting knife. "Animals know things we don't. Rusty and Shadow are spooked for a reason. We should rethink this." But Ethan's obsession with content drowned out their doubts. His YouTube channel, Thrill Seeker X, had been stagnant for months, and he was desperate. "We're going. We'll film some spooky stuff, get out, and I'll edit it into gold." He held up his GoPro, already recording their nervous banter. "Welcome to the creepiest camping trip ever, folks," he grinned, but his voice cracked as they drove toward Blackthorn Ridge, the sunset bleeding crimson behind the jagged trees. The road to the forest was a winding scar through the hills, gravel crunching under the van's tires. The air grew colder, heavier as they approached. Mia clutched Rusty's leash, her knuckles white. Shadow's carrier rattled with her restless pacing. "I don't like this," Mia whispered. "It feels wrong." "It's just a vibe," Ethan said, but his eyes flicked to the rearview mirror, where the forest seemed to swallow the road behind them. Into the woods, they parked at the edge of Blackthorn Ridge, where a rusted sign warned, "No trespassing, danger." Ethan ignored it, slinging his backpack over his shoulder. "Perfect for the intro," he said, panning the GoPro across the sign and the looming trees. The forest was a wall of shadow, its pines twisted into shapes that seemed to lean inward, watching. The fog curled low, like fingers brushing the ground. They hiked to a clearing an hour in, setting up camp as dusk gave way to night. The air smelled of pine, damp earth, and something sour like rotting meat. Rusty stayed glued to Mia's side, growling at the darkness, while Shadow refused to leave her carrier, her hisses sharp and constant. Ethan set up his tripod, narrating for the camera. "Day 1 in Blackthorn Ridge, where the vibes are off, and the animals are weirder. Check out Rusty, boy's losing it." Rusty's ears were flat, his teeth bared at something beyond the firelight. Sarah tossed a stick into the campfire. "You're hyping this up too much." "It's just a dog being a dog." "Then why's Shadow acting like she sees a ghost?" Jake asked, his eyes scanning the trees. He'd brought his own dog, a burly German shepherd named Titan, who sat unnaturally still, staring into the fog. As night deepened, the forest's silence became oppressive. No crickets, no owls, just the crackle of their fire, which seemed too loud, too fragile. Ethan kept filming, but his jokes grew forced. "Okay, subscribers, let's see if we can catch some haunted critters on camera." "Who's with me?" No one answered. Rusty's growls turned into low whines, and Titan's hackles rose. Shadow's hisses stopped, replaced by an eerie stillness. Then a sound pierced the quiet, a cat's yowl, sharp and almost human, echoing from deep in the forest. Shadow bolted from her carrier, a black streak vanishing into the underbrush. Rusty barked wildly, pulling at his leash. "Shadow!" Mia shouted, sprinting after her. The group followed, flashlights cutting through the fog, their footsteps muffled by the damp earth. Ethan kept the GoPro rolling, his breath ragged. "This is insane, guys. We're getting real horror movie vibes." The circle. They found Shadow perched on a gnarled tree stump, its surface carved with strange, spiraling symbols that seemed to pulse in the flashlight beams. Her eyes glowed an unnatural amber, unblinking. She wasn't alone. Dozens of cats, strays, ferals, some with tattered collars, sat in a perfect circle around the stump, their eyes matching Shadow's eerie glow. Rusty froze, his barks turning to whimpers, while Titan growled low, refusing to step closer. "What?"